Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday afternoon, February 3rd. We are looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and SPY. A lot to get to. We will recap all of these three indices charts that we talk about. Pretty good week, right? I mean, the bulls certainly gave back a bunch there in the afternoon today. They had pushed SPY up to just under 417. We closed at 412 and change. So certainly gave back $5 on the week, but we still close up about a little over $6, $6.50 on the week. Look, there's no problem when a market's attempting to do something to go up, pull back, shake out weak longs, right? That's a good process. You never want a market to go straight up or down because it leaves a lot of poor structure. So I have no problem with this. We finally consolidated today, okay? The interesting thing is how sellers, off that whatever, the non-farm payroll number, gap lower, only to give it all back and more, get into yesterday's range. We almost pull value back to unchanged, but then spend the whole afternoon. Literally, we spent over 3 hours just trying to get below the open and the day's low and barely do it and get nothing for it. So it's amazing how fragile these short-term traders are, how they change on a dime, and that's why you always have to really stay on your toes at all times. I had a good day. Like I told the room, it's not about my trading. It's about what we try to tell people. I was a little biased here. Didn't think, I thought the sellers had their chance earlier today. So I didn't think we would make much lower lows, although I didn't like the way we kept testing the base of the price probe from Wednesday. I mean, we tested it 5 or 6 times. Finally kind of broke through it and got crickets below. That was the only thing that was I was a little wary of. But that's why I was a little biased, thinking this market would run out some shorts. So that kind of kept me out of shorts. But technically, the play all afternoon was a short. You had great risk-reward shorts. Look at K against J, L against K, M against L. You had literally 2 to 4 points of risk and at least 10 to 12 points of reward. That's what I teach the room. Not to follow my trades, not to follow if I'm biased. I don't tell them my bias. I'm telling them what I'm looking for and stuff. But again, that's so important. So many traders don't even notice one-time framing, right? Let alone act off of it. As far as my trades, I took a short in A period as soon as we did fill the gap to get paid off that initial pullback, which I did. So that wasn't bad. It was a 4 lot. I then took a short in B against the overnight high, thinking that it would hold the first time. It didn't. I took that off, took a loss on a 2 lot. I was long in C period, though, to go get, to pop the IB high and to try to go get our POC from yesterday. And that was a nice one. That was it wasn't 1 5 lot at once, but it was 5 lots total in C on the long side. In D period, took a short against C's high. I was surprised we held singles in B, to be quite honest with you. But I didn't think we were going to go I didn't think we were going to just keep going straight up. So I took a short against C's high. That worked. And then once we couldn't hold singles in C, I was like, well, new high, taking a short, going to fade it now. That worked well. H period. Now, when it flushed out, I'm like, okay, that's healthy. But I thought the sellers already had their time to shine this morning. So I actually thought a long would be good. Now, I did okay. I did a 6 lot long in H. Lost on only one of them, even though the market was pulling down. So I was fortunate on that. And then after that, I started watching because I really didn't know if they wanted to get the day's low. I did nothing in I or J. K period, at one point, it looked like they might go for J's high. I actually took a long around 41.49, and it popped up a bit for 2 or 3 points I made money on, but it never stopped the one-time framing. So again, the short was a good play there. And then in L, I did take a short because we were one-time framing down and did okay on that. So it was a good day. It was a good week. Again, bulls should be very happy with themselves for the week. As far as destinations and SPY, the upside is 416.97 and then 418.31, which is now a weekly high. For the downside, 411.56, which is today's low. And you should have everything from the downside that I gave you from earlier in the week. In ES, downside is 35, today's low. And again, you should have everything from the Fed day. And then on the upside, we have today's high of 94. And then everything I gave you yesterday to the upside. So you should have all those. And that's why I asked you to write them down so the video doesn't stay that long. Now, Qs, before we get to the charts. Qs never got the opening after the opening. Look at that. However, it was a tale of 2 days for all of us. If you try to picture it, A through F and G was like a P shape for short covering, and then G and H through the day's low became a B shape for long liquidation. But I also think shorts were pushing. All we have is the day's high and low to lean on for all of us, which is very interesting, right? Russell only 8 wide. I'm not counting N. They have the day's high and low. Russell, this is incredible. Almost took out the day's low in A. Didn't. Yesterday's low, I mean. Almost took out yesterday's high in C. Didn't. End up with an inside day. So we're back to balance on the ES and the Qs. I would call Russell, though, up to balance because the inside day, and we'll go over it. And the same thing with us as far as our P shape early, kind of a B shape late. We took out both of the IBs, but only the overnight high. I was shocked when L came down. We didn't get the overnight low. I truly was. I thought that would be a fairly easy thing to get. All right, let's go to our charts. Again, really appreciate the likes and subscribing to this channel. I strongly ask you to come check us out at camelbacktrading.org for $30 a month. Certainly think it'd be well worth your time to spend 2 or 3 months for $90 to see if it's right for you, to see what we offer. Seriously. Now, look at Russell. The little engine is really trying to get legs, right? Do we want to call the Russell up yet? All subjective, right? Some people say, well, one time framing up 2 months, it's up. I don't have a problem with that. However, this was a really ugly close on this month in August last year. So to me, before I really get a little giddy, I want to get acceptance above 202. We got up to 199 this week and change. So I'm going to call the monthly for now still balance on the Russell. Okay? Want to get above 199 or 200, whatever. Yeah. Weekly, up. One time framing up, 5 weeks very healthy. There's the next level. That's that monthly high, 202. That's what you want to get over. It's the next big hurdle in the Russell. So the monthly is balanced, the weekly is up, and the daily up inside day. So I would call it up to balance. Okay? It doesn't technically stop the one-time framing up. But if you want to call it up to balance, that's okay. All right? Look at this. You don't think this is a visual high? This 202, 201.99? Look at that. Look at that from last year. And then look what we did. This is where we had all our lower highs. And they're not the same as us. But look at this. The way they came all the way down, made new lows in October. Well, this is our next huge hurdle. So the monthly balance, weekly up, daily up to balance, inside day. Triple Qs, monthly. I'm calling the monthly, well, again, subjective. I thought this high was pretty far away from these previous 3 months highs. So I think I called the weekly, monthly up. No, I'm sorry. It was still balanced last month. Again, so subjective. Is the monthly up? Well, not only did we didn't close above it, but we did take out September's high by $2. I'm calling the monthly up for now. I'm going to give the buyers their due. They did take out that high, right? Russell never did, the one I was talking about. So I'm calling the monthly up in Qs. The weekly, up. One time framing up. 5 weeks. What's the next big level? Look at that. Look at your next big level on the weekly. 334. Right? So these pullbacks are healthy. You don't want to see it go straight up. You want up balance. Up balance. That makes a market healthier. So I have no problem with the pullback just yet. Okay? Eventually, we should get a pullback on a weekly and come into balance. So the weekly is up. And then the daily is balance. But look at this. Now remember, they gapped lower today. They had an island reversal initially. Not an island top, because it's not an all-time high, but it was an island reversal. But they filled today's gap. And they're holding the gap from yesterday. But it's a 2-day balance. Okay? So the monthly is up, the weekly is up, the daily is balanced. Now let's go to SPY, NES. I'm calling the monthly up, inside month up. Why? Because we took out September's high by $7, right? 411.73, almost $7. So the monthly to me is up, and it's an inside month up. The important thing is to hold last month's high of 408. Now it's only February 3rd, so a lot can happen. But for now, it's an inside month up, and the monthly's up. The next big target is August high of 431.73. Weekly, up. One-time framing up, 5 weeks out of an inside week. Powerful stuff. There's your next big destination. That's the monthly high from August. If you recall, for those who follow me, I said just because we take out a monthly high back at that time, we need acceptance. I believe it was April's high. Let me just make check. And when we did that, was it April or May? It was May's high. I said just because we get above May's high, we need acceptance. We never got it. We got above it. So it's the same thing here. We need to get above it in acceptance, but that's still a while for that. So the monthly is up, inside month up. The weekly is up. That's your next big target, 431 and change. You see your next two targets on the longer time frame? It's all the way up at 431.73. And the daily is a 2-day balance. So if we take out today's low on Monday, I'll go down on the daily again. If we take out yesterday's high in the daily, I'll go back up. 50 crossed to 200. The 20 crossed all of them. We're above that trend line. Healthy to pull back. I don't have a problem with it. Okay? Right now, bulls are firmly in control. I hope you had a great week trading. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll speak prior to the opening on